Hollywood, the land of glitz, glamour, and enough scandal to fill 1,000 Lifetime movies. While red carpets and award speeches get the spotlight, some of Tinseltown's biggest names left the stage under circumstances that remain murky, mysterious, and maddening even decades later. From baffling overdoses to suspicious drownings, here are controversial celebrity deaths that left behind more than grief. They left questions no one's been able to answer. Buckle up, because this is less red carpet and more true crime podcast meets TMZ. Number 12. Anna Nicole Smith. Anna Nicole Smith, the blonde bombshell turned reality TV sensation, met a tragic and chaotic end in 2007. Her death came just 5 months after her 20-year-old son Daniel passed away under eerily similar circumstances involving a cocktail of prescription drugs. At the time, Smith had just given birth to daughter Danielyn, triggering a paternity circus with multiple men vying for the title. And let's be honest, the fortune. Questions swirled. Was it accidental, negligence, or something darker tied to her high-profile legal battles over billionaire J. Howard Marshall's estate? Her lawyer companion Howard K. Stern was dragged into court over drug conspiracy charges, though most were dropped. Toxic fame, legal drama, and back-to-back family tragedies made her death feel like a grim finale to a very public saga. Years later, it's still unclear if Anna Nicole was doomed by fame or failed by those around her. Number 11. Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger's shocking death in 2008 rocked the world, coming just months before his chilling performance as the Joker in The Dark Knight would go on to earn him a posthumous Oscar. The official cause? An accidental overdose of painkillers, sleeping pills, and anti-anxiety meds. But the whispers would not stop had the role consumed him. His personal Joker diary, filled with eerie entries, only intensified the rumors. Stranger still, the masseuse who found him reportedly called Mary-Kate Olsen several times before even alerting emergency services because, of course, when faced with an unconscious movie star, you phone a fashion mogul. The circumstances were weird, the timeline foggy, and fans were left heartbroken. Whether it was mental strain, medical mismanagement, or just a tragic accident, Ledger's death still feels like one of Hollywood's most haunting what-ifs. Number 10. Brittany Murphy. Brittany Murphy's sudden death in 2009 stunned fans who remembered her as the bubbly star of Clueless and 8 Mile. At just 32, she was found unresponsive in her Hollywood Hills home, with the coroner citing pneumonia, anemia, and a mix of prescription meds. Tragic, but then it got weirder. Just 5 months later, her husband, Simon Monjack, died in the exact same house, of the exact same causes. Conspiracy theories exploded. Was it toxic mold? Foul play? Her father insisted she was poisoned, pointing to heavy metals found in her hair. Even more bizarre, Murphy reportedly believed she and her husband were being watched and their phones tapped. Add in rumors of government harassment and a house that practically screamed, "Get a second opinion," and you have got a real-life mystery Hollywood still can't solve. The truth behind Brittany's death remains clouded, equal parts tragedy, suspicion, and unanswered questions. Number 9. Chester Bennington. Chester Bennington's death on July 20, 2017, what would have been Chris Cornell's birthday, and shockwaves through the music world. The Linkin Park frontman was found hanged at home, eerily mirroring Cornell's suicide just 2 months earlier. Fans were quick to point out the bizarre timing, made even stranger by reports of malfunctioning security cameras during the critical hours. His wife, Talinda, noted he was making future plans and seemed upbeat just days before. Though Chester had long battled depression and trauma, the circumstances felt too surreal to ignore. Was it tragic coincidence or something darker? The questions still linger. Number 8. Chris Cornell. When Chris Cornell was found hanged in his Detroit hotel room in 2017, the official word was suicide, but not everyone was convinced. His wife, Vicky, argued that the anti-anxiety drug Ativan had impaired his judgment, making him disoriented and confused. Adding to the suspicion were unexplained injuries on his body and a lightning-fast investigation that wrapped up before toxicology reports were even finalized. Cornell's outspoken activism against child trafficking also fueled darker theories, though no evidence has ever confirmed foul play. Then just 2 months later, his close friend Chester Bennington died in the same way. Coincidence or connection? The speculation refuses to die. Number 7. Tupac Shakur. In 1996, Tupac Shakur was shot multiple times in Las Vegas. With witnesses, casino footage, and a crowded strip, solving the crime should have been easier than rhyming California. Instead, it remains unsolved. Gang rivalry? FBI interference? Did he fake his death and retire in Cuba? Machiavelli, anyone? The only thing we know for sure is that justice was never served unless you count Unsolved, the documentary series, as justice. Number 6. John Lennon. When Mark David Chapman gunned down John Lennon in 1980, the world lost a Beatle and a symbol of peace. Chapman said he did it for fame and read Catcher in the Rye afterward, which is deeply unsettling. But some believe Chapman was more than just a crazy fan. Theorists point to MK-Ultra mind control experiments, Lennon's FBI file, and the political inconvenience of his anti-war messages. Paranoia? Maybe. But Lennon's death still feels bigger than one man and a twisted motive. Number 5. Sharon Tate. 8 months pregnant, actress Sharon Tate was brutally murdered in 1969 by members of the Manson family. It was horrifying enough to end the 60s idealism overnight. Though Manson was convicted, theories swirled. Was it a drug-related message to a former tenant? A CIA mind control experiment gone wrong? Or just evil wrapped in a hippie facade? Add in Roman Polanski's subsequent scandals, and this one's like an Oscar-winning horror film with 0 happy endings. Number 4. Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee, martial arts master and international superstar, died at 32 from cerebral edema in 1973. Doctors blamed a painkiller reaction, but fans weren't buying it. Lee had collapsed weeks earlier and was reportedly in top shape. Speculation flew: was he poisoned? Targeted by film industry rivals? Victim of a so-called family curse? Adding fuel, he died in another woman's apartment, and the media tried to hush it up. Cue dramatic music. Number 3. Natalie Wood. In 1981, Natalie Wood drowned off the coast of Catalina Island. The official version claimed she fell overboard trying to tie a dinghy. Problem: she was scared stiff of deep water and wore socks, a coat, and a nightgown. Not exactly swimwear on the boat. Husband Robert Wagner, actor Christopher Walken, yes, that one, and a captain who later said Wagner and Wood argued fiercely. The case was reopened in 2011, and Wagner was labeled a person of interest. 40 years later, the waves still have not washed away the suspicion. Number 2. George Reeves. George Reeves, the original Man of Steel, died from a gunshot wound in 1959. The story went, depressed over a fading career, he took his own life. But plot holes emerged faster than a reboot announcement. For one, no gunpowder residue on his skin, odd for a close-range shot. Add a jealous ex, a fiancé with mob-late connections, and house guests who waited nearly an hour before dialing 911, and we've got ourselves a mystery Clark Kent could not even crack. Number 1. Marilyn Monroe. The world lost its favorite blonde on August 5, 1962, when Marilyn Monroe was discovered lifeless in her Brentwood home. The official verdict: suicide via sleeping pills. But here's the plot twist. Her housekeeper's timeline changed more often than outfit choices at the Oscars, and Monroe had reportedly made upbeat calls just before her death. Let's add in some juicy side characters, namely President John F. Kennedy and his brother Robert, both rumored lovers. Conspiracy theories suggest Marilyn knew too much and had to be silenced. Throw in wiretaps, missing autopsy samples, and some suspiciously clean crime scene edits, and suddenly this looks more like a noir film than a tragedy. If these Hollywood mysteries gave you chills, smash that like button. Got your own theories? Drop them in the comments. We're all ears, and a little paranoid. Want more deep dives into fame, fortune, and freaky finales? then go ahead and subscribe. Don't ghost us like these unsolved cases. Hit that bell icon so you never miss the secrets behind the spotlight. Until next time, stay curious and maybe sleep with one eye open.